Hey guys, welcome to the next video. So today in this video we are gonna learn about how to configure the Fail2ban for SSH service. Basically, Fail2ban is a log parsing application designed to monitor the system logs and recognize the sign that indicate the automatic attacks on your VPS instance. When Fail2ban identifies that unknown user is trying to gain the unauthorized access to our server, then it will add a new rule to IP tables to block the IP address of attacker. Fail2ban blocks the IP address for a specific time as well as for a long period of time. It can be used to any services that utilizes the log files and protect them from the potential risks of being compromised. Without any further delay, let's see how we can configure the Fail2ban to use with SSH. So here I have a Ubuntu server installed on my VM. So today we are gonna configure the Fail2ban on this Ubuntu server. So let's log in. So first of all, you need to install the Fail2ban. Let's install it. As you can see, I have already installed the Fail2ban service on my Ubuntu server. So if you don't have installed it, you can install it like this. And after installing the Fail2ban, you have to go for the /etc directory to search for the Fail2ban configuration. So let's switch to the root user. Let me make this full screen. So let's go to the Fail2ban configuration file, cd//itsli/fail2ban. Here we can see a lots of configuration file related to the Fail2ban. The changes and the configuration that we have to make is in the _jail.conf file. So we cannot directly make changes to the .conf file. We have to just copy it to .local file. So let's copy the files to .local, cp fail2ban.conf to fail2ban.local, and let's copy jail.conf file to jail.local. And now let's see the fail2ban.local file. Here you can see the different options. Some of them are commented. You can uncomment it as per your need. So I'm not gonna change anything on here. I will leave all the options as default. I will just change the log level to debug. Okay, let's just write and quit it. Now let's configure the jail.local file. The major changes we have to make is in the jail.local file. Here you can see there are a lots of configuration available as well as the lots of option. So let's go up. So if you like to read the documentation, you can read the documentation and check for the other option too if you need. So for the SSH, we just need to go for the SSH section, and here you can see here is the ban time for the SSH. So ban time refers to the if the attacker tries to gain the unauthorized access and the attacker types the wrong password for the many times, then we can specify here the ban time for the attacker, how long we are going to ban the user from our server. So here we can specify the time. So let's consider this for 60 seconds, which will be nearly 1 minute. 61 m refers to the minute. So let's keep the find time by default. Let's change the max retry to, let's keep it default also. And here we are given to choose the backend. So backend is by default the auto. You will have to set it to the systemd, pooling, gaming, or if you set it the auto, then it will choose the best as per your system. So I am gonna use the systemd on here. And let's go for enable is equal to true. Let's set this for the true, and mode is equal to normal. Let's keep it by default. And let's go for the SSH section. So here is the SSH section. So here, as you can see, the port is specified for the SSH and the mode is normal. So let's keep the mode to the aggressive. Here we have the mode for the default DDoS extra or aggressive. So aggressive is the combination of the all, so that's why I'm going to use the aggressive. And don't think that Fail2ban is only for the SSH. You can also use the Fail2ban for the other services also. Likewise, as a Apache to authentication, Apache bad bots, and a lots of services. Likewise, as the FTP also and BSFTP also we can use for them also. You have to configure the Fail2ban, and let's just write it and quit it. And now we have to start the Fail2ban service as well as the SSH service. So systemctl status Fail2ban, and as you can see, it's actively running. So let's restart it, and let's check the status for the SSH also. Sorry, I did a mistake. It's actively running, so let's restart it. We have successfully restarted the SSHD. So if you are using the uncomplicated firewall UFW, then you have to allow the SSH from the UFW like this, and we have updated the rules UFW. I think we can check the status also. So systemctl enable UFW, so we have enabled it, and let's start the UFW. And those who don't know about the UFW, then let me tell you. So UFW is an uncomplicated firewall used in the Linux server for protecting the server. So in the further next video, I will be uploading about the UFW, about how to use the UFW, as well as how to block the specific IP address, as well as how to configure the UFW. So moving on, let's go for the Fail2ban. So we have configured the Fail2ban successfully. Now let's check for it. So we are gonna try to log into the SSH server. SSH @192.168.1.104. I think this might be the IP. So let's enter the wrong password. It's one time, it's second time, and let's enter the again. It's fourth time, I think. Now it's fifth time. I think we have been banned from the Fail2ban. So now let's go and check in the configuration file. So for checking the ban IP address and the analysis of the IP address that has been blocked by the Fail2ban, we have the Fail2ban client. So we can see it. So Fail2ban client. So here, if you have installed the Fail2ban, then this will automatically install. So Fail2ban status. Here you can see we have a lots of jail enabled. So let's go for the SSHD. Fail2ban client get SSHD banned. So as you can see, the host has been banned from the Fail2ban. So we can also unban this host or unban this host. So let's check for it how we can do. We can use the unban argument for this, and followed by the IP address. So we have successfully unbanned the IP address. So let's check for the list. As you can see, the host had been excluded from the ban. So let's try this again. As you can see, we can enter the password, and let's try by the Hydra. which is the great tool for the brute forcing the SSH. Hydra-l -p/user/here/wordlist/rawq.txt, and let's go for the host 104 SSH-b-d1. So as you can see, we are running the Hydra. And I think the Fail2ban has again blocked our host, so we can go for the log and analyze it. So as you can see, Fail2ban has blocked our host successfully, and we can go for its log also. So its log are located in the /log/fail2ban cat/var/log/fail2ban.log. So as you can see, we have a lots of log on here because the Hydra is still attacking on the web server, and it's being stopped. So let's stop the Hydra. grep-i 192.168.1.104, sorry, 103. So as you can see, our IP address has been blocked many times and detected by the Fail2ban. So by default, we have configured the Fail2ban to ban the IP address for just only the 1 minute. You can, if you are using the server, then you can also set it for a couple of days as well as a couple of hours. So it is not specific that we can ban a specific host for just for days only. We can also do it for the long term also. And finally, we have learned to configure the Fail2ban with the SSH server. So if you got any problems while configuring the Fail2ban, then you can directly comment on the comment section. So don't think that using the Fail2ban only just will keep your server 100% secure. You have to use the lots of things like the using the public key authentication instead of the passport authentication. So you can do the further configuration, and I will be posting the further video related to the Fail2ban on my YouTube channel. So this much for today.